Hey guys, it's late night. It's almost 10 p.m. on the East Coast, and that's where I am. I'm on the East Coast. I drove across the country. I'm pretty tired, but I felt the need to do a video recapping opening day, even though it's not over. It's still going on. And also, I'm going to talk about hockey. I'm going to make this video not technical. Can you believe that? That's a sort of a promise I'm going to make. I'm going to make it fun and quick because my videos are too long and boring, and not everyone needs to be diving into data, minuscule data on a screen on your phone. I know it must be boring. So let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about baseball because it's opening day. So this crazy looking Rubik's Cube of colors that you're looking at here means something. It actually can be kind of easy to read or really, really tough to read. It can be easy to read if you're just looking at one thing called the pick rank, meaning what was the best pick of the day. For people who subscribe to the MLB algorithm, it's $150 for the entire month of April. You get an email from me and you get access to this Google Sheet right here. This Google Sheet, the MLB algorithm Google Sheet. And what is on this Google Sheet are some cool things. There's whether or not we've got confirmed lineups for the day, what the wind is. I'm actually going to be adding a mile per hour of wind. I'm not kidding. We're going to have wind mile per hour. I said we're not going to be technical in this video. I said that, right? But we are doing that. And the reason why is because the amount of wind matters. Like in the Kansas City game today, it was really, really blowing in or to the right, and nobody could hit it out of the park today. And this game, which the algorithm predicted to be like a 4-3 or 4-4 game, ended up finishing 1-3 if we look back at the Excel file here. Cleveland, the Guardians, I heard the announcer accidentally call them the Indians right at the start of the game. The Guardians, I was right by Cleveland today. I was actually like an hour south of Cleveland today. I almost went there. I listened to a lot of Ohio radio today. It was kind of fun. And they were talking about the Guardians. And they're actually, one of the guys on the radio was like, I was up in Cleveland this week and I didn't see a lot of people sporting the Guardian garb. Like people haven't jumped on the train of the name yet. But whatever. Well, guess what? They didn't win today. They lost 1-3. And in this game where the wind was blowing in, you got a lower scoring game. And the algorithm had Cleveland barely winning this game. But here's the cool thing. There are reasons why the score was low, first of all. And I'll show you how we would fix that. Here, we'd say that this wind in this Kansas City game, the mile per hour was like 20, 28 or something. Coming strong in, right? That brings it down to 3. Once I start incorporating this mile per hour into the actual score, we can bring this down to like a 2-2 or almost 1-1 game, which is kind of like closer to what actually happened. Even though Cleveland did threaten in the 9th. Point is when you get the wind right, it's going to do good things, and you would know, for example, to take an under. Well, I of course took the over because I wasn't paying attention to the wind, and that's the way I bet. But it's funny that this really works. Okay, so. Really, I said we're not going to get technical in this video. I'm going to back up a second. It's really easy to read. It said pick number 1, St. Louis. It said St. Louis is number 1. It said they had a really big margin. It said they were going to put up 8.4 runs. Guess what? They put up 9. They put up 9. They won 9-0. So this was the easiest pick ever according to the algorithm. And while Milwaukee was number 2, and they fought back and tried to come back and win this game, but they didn't. That one lost, but St. Louis crushed it. So I start to see this, and I'm like, all right, well, things are already working. That makes sense. Things are supposed to work in here. But how can we make this better for tomorrow? All right? I already know that for tomorrow being Friday, I already know that I'm going to get the mile per hour in here so that the mile per hour of wind actually does something in whatever direction to the projected score. That's easy. I'll take care of that tonight. What about other things that are not related to wind and are related to, or not related to weather, but are related to how this game went? Well, one thing I heard while I was driving, I listened to the Milwaukee Cubs game because I was south of Chicago today also. Yes, it was. Drove right through Illinois today as well. They have a hodgepodge of new pitching. So what happened is their relief, I believe their bullpen is changed. And we're using a bullpen factor from last year. We're using stuff that I think is in here. And this is now going to change in the new year. And we'll start downloading stats starting, I think, maybe not tomorrow, but the next day. Because when there's only one game in there, it doesn't work right. But once there starts to be 2 games or more, we're going to be going here. We're not going to be in hockey. We're going to be in baseball. For those of you who are, scoring at home, and you're going to need to start updating this file, especially after April, after I stop doing it every day for email, which I'm planning on stopping in April and then letting everyone kind of build their own version of this. But you're going to have to go in here and you're going to have to grab baseball stats. And we're going to need to grab team stats. We're going to need to grab batter stats, pitcher stats here. And we're also going to need to grab the team stats, which are where? Are they advanced stats or are they called something else? I can't even remember. I haven't done this in a year. Team stats, right there. Okay, so you go to team stats, and here you have basic batting, basic pitching, right? These are the ones that we're using, right? And this is last year right now. This is going to update tomorrow and start to have current stuff that we need to export. This is why you need the subscription to RotoWire to actually do this right. Is we're going to get that, and that's going to go, I said we're not doing a technical video. It's going to go in here, and I'm going to write some new formulas. And the whole reason why I went on that aside is because I want to talk about this right now. We have a distribution of percentages that means something. It's how we're weighting the game. It relates to scoring, it relates to margin, it relates to everything what we do here. And we're heavily weighted on starting pitcher ERA. We're heavily weighted on the lineup factor. Fairly heavy on bullpen. And then these average runs are related to last year. Well, I already know that this stuff I kind of want to make a lot less relevant. Because it's last year. It's brand new teams, right? So let's change that. Our bullpen our ERA factor is not good yet because we don't know what our true roster is yet. So let's get rid of that. We love our lineup factor because it's all we got that's like, that's current players and current lineups. This is a really good number here, the lineup factor number. The ERAs, the pitcher ERA, pitcher win, pitcher loss, and streaks now. Well, we need to do something with streaks because we want to get rid of spring training games, which are in here. I'm going to do that later, but this number is going to come into play very soon. May as well, why not? Teams that were winning in spring training, sure, why not? So that basically means that you got to do like something like this, bring this lineup all the way up to 50 maybe. Some interesting things are going to happen. So all this just changed. And the reason why I did that is I'm thinking, well, what's a better percentage for early on in the season when a few of these numbers are not really at all accurate. They're just last year. Well, so let's see what that did. Well, still number 2, still number 1, St. Louis. I mean, there's a lot of analysis that goes into what that did and whether or not that's going to be beneficial and what's going to happen when we add more stats. There's so many things that are going to happen every day. You'll see as we build upon it how we start to understand. But, I mean, put it this way. When you can do this and you can see that there was a clear number 1 pick that was supposed to blow it out of the water. And see, the margin actually went up. It was 33% before with the other distribution. Now it's 35%. And this actually went from 22 to 21, so it went down slightly. But we can start comparing numbers and figure out what was real. For example, the Cubs bullpen did not blow it. So I want to not look at the Cubs bullpen. See how that makes this percentage a little better? What's a number where the Cubs were better that's relevant? They didn't have a better lineup factor, but that could be because they have some newer players. Let's see what their lineup factor actually was. It's Seiya Suzuki. He's a brand new player. And I think he's a rookie, so he will have a number tomorrow because he'll have stats. So there's a lot of things that just, like these are rookies. Anybody a 0 is not really a 0. They're just a player that doesn't have any professional stats at all, and I didn't know what to do with them. Anyway, point is I love seeing this on the number 1 pick of the day. That's all I can say. And they're home, And we should look at home versus away. Another thing I'm not thinking about is doing something about home versus away, because here you have home team, home team, home team. Mets are putting up a fight. There's actually, this game's going on right now. Mets are up 2-0 because they had the bases loaded and they just scored. So they're up 2-0, and we have them to win this game with only a 6% margin with this look. But what does the Google Sheet say? Because the Google Sheet I never changed. Google Sheet originally said that the Mets are a 9% margin under the other distribution, not a 6% margin. I said we're not getting technical in this video. I'm sorry. Point is you're going to see a lot of winning, especially with teams up top. Atlanta's losing right now. Why? Well, Max Fried's not getting hit that much. It's only 3. Is it still 3-1? Oh, no, it's 6-1. Yikes, look at the Reds' offense. So the Reds are winning more, even though their lineup factor doesn't say so. Why is that? They don't have any rookies, but these guys are apparently hitting today. All right? So this could be a miss, a pretty hard miss. As well as this is a miss too, the Milwaukee Cubs, but I understand a little bit why, given that we got some bad numbers here. Houston and LA, that's the one where it picks Houston. Now it picks them at a higher margin now that we redid stuff. That game is probably just getting started. Yeah, it's 0-0, and so is Padres, D-backs 0-0, where it likes the Padres as the third pick of the day much more heavily, and that's a pretty reasonable line if that's still good. So a point of all this was, as you go through every game, you see things where we're going to be disappointed, but we're going to start solving those things immediately tomorrow. And that's why I'm glad. Oh, yeah, I want to thank people for purchasing this. I woke up today. I didn't wake up today. We're talking about I drove all day today to sales of this, and people all over the country. I was like in Iowa doing laundry, and somebody in the town that I was doing laundry in, unbeknownst to knowing that I was right there, bought the algorithm shortly after that. But still, it's funny. It's funny. So I'm happy with the response, and I'm going to put a ton of effort into this, as eventually this will be a lot cleaner and easier to manipulate, and the standard practices for getting all this data in here will become obvious as we do it every day, and I show you how quick it can actually be done. What can't be done quick is analyzing batting orders and stuff. I mean, you could spend all day doing this. You spend all day doing this. So point is if you do spend all day doing this and you care and you do it right, you're going to find picks that you can win with, and baseball is a good game. It can make money. So all right, so that's the baseball update for now. How about hockey? I know there's a guy kidding. I'm talking about hockey in this video too. Yeah, I am. To talk about hockey because we're going to refresh this. And once again, I mean, I'm watching some games. They're not all done yet, and I think the Carolina game was it ended up being, it looks like 5-3 Carolina. Yep. So Carolina going to win that one. Come back and win that one. They were down like 3. They were down by 2 or 3 goals, I think. So let's fix that. So Carolina wins 5-3. And Seattle-Chicago is still 1-0 Seattle. Okay. So what that does is, let's look at the picks today, because I didn't do a hockey video because I was driving cross country. And the number one pick of the day is still going on right now. This game's 1-1, coming to a close in the second period. And thinks that Toronto should be doing more against Wedgwood and Dallas. I have a history with Wedgwood. We'll see what happens. But it is the number one pick of the day. How about number 2, Nashville? Comes back down a goal in the third period to win. Look at that. I mean, look at that. Just, that. Okay, so that's a winner. How about the 3 pick? Rangers. Look at this. Basically, I mean, pick 'em game according to the odds makers algorithm. Just hits it on the nose, their goals and their defense, because Shesterkin is awesome. Look at him at 76. Who's the best going on here? Shesterkin. It ain't just every announcer and commentator saying it. It's the algorithm as well. And voila, you get a win, a good line, right? Bam. 3rd pick wins. How about 4th pick? Where's the 4th pick? Carolina comes back to make the exact score that the algorithm predicted happen. They were down 3-1. I'm pretty sure. Unbelievable, right? What else we got? 5th pick. If you waited for this video to catch the hockey, it's worth it, right? It's a game that hasn't happened yet. Is Vladar going? Good question. Figure it out. 6th pick, Seattle. Really? I didn't even take them today because of Lankinen, and they're up 1-0. See if it holds. 7th pick. Are we going to win everything? Don't curse it. Vancouver over Arizona in a high-scoring affair. Still going on. 8th pick is Edmonton over LA. All the way down there, huh? That's scary. This one scares me. Yeah, it scares me with Mike Smith not having a good enough rating as Quick. And Edmonton, how they play. Actually, Edmonton is playing really well, though. So Edmonton should barely, it says barely edges it out in overtime, right? And is there a 9th pick? It's right here. It was Columbus they lost. Okay, and they've been playing like crap and even playing worse now. So what happened here? They didn't score on Carter Hart. Philadelphia, because it ended up being Martin Jones. Oh, they switched goalies on us. Sneaky little devils. That moved that game from where it was. Anyway, what's the 10th pick? Was this game? Montreal, New Jersey. It actually, I think it had New Jersey originally. Hammond going, nobody knows what's happening here. I like that it's way down here and it was a crazy game with a lot of goals like it thought it was going to have. I mean, Algorithm have essentially a damn near perfect day. Damn, well, we're not even done. There's 4 more games. But of the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I mean, geez, right? Jeez Louise. For it to say that the Rangers are the 3rd pick of the day and they throw a shutout with Shesterkin, it just knows what's going to happen sometimes. Amazing stuff. So I haven't had a person. I give away the NHL algorithm for free. Maybe people are updating it on their own. I know some people are updating it on their own, but it's only $25 if you don't have a copy and you want a copy of this thing, because we're getting into close to playoff time. It's just fun. So anyway, a long video, but man, a lot of good stuff going on. So I will eventually get some sleep here, and then wake up tomorrow to what is probably God, I hope there's no baseball in the morning on Friday. Let me take a look real quick. As long as there isn't baseball early, please don't be early. Although at least I'm on the East Coast now. Yeah, 1 o'clock. That's okay. There'll be 1 o'clock baseball, so that means by noon. I might even do a video, but I might not. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, just cool. Cool. I hope you guys are having fun with it. I'm having fun with it. So we'll keep it going. All right. Good luck. Picks.